Hey everyone, yeah, back at it again. I'm gonna walk over here eventually in 400 or 500 yards or so, maybe a little more. Gonna make a set for a coyote, of course. I'm hoping to get another video I can show you guys, but for now, seeing today is Thursday, I'm going to show you a what they call a throwback Thursday video. This one goes way back, way back. Is my first bear I ever killed with a bow, and it was a spot and stock kind of hunt. And along with that hunt, I also got a client. I'm not sure where he's from now. His name was Stephen. He was bow hunting for a caribou. So 2 hunts, but it's not the best footage because it's so long ago. I didn't have a good camera, and my editing skills, which is not great right now, they weren't great at all back then. And like the narration and stuff was I don't know, not like it is now. I'm not, like I said, I'm not perfect now, but anyway, I wouldn't consider it a great video, but it's great memories, that's for sure. And I think you'll enjoy it. So wish me good luck on this hunt, and you guys enjoy the video. Thanks for watching.
Hello, Steph Stavanovich here. First day in Newfoundland. It's the 26th of October. Chasing the Woodland Caribou. And as you can see, it's not the best of days out here. So it's a little stormy, a little wet, a little snowy, pretty much crappy. But we're going to give her a go and see what happens.
Yeah, the weather was pretty crappy, like Steph said. But you won't get a woodland caribou sitting in camp. So, despite the weather, I knew that we were going into one of the best places in this world for woodland caribou. So, what do we have to lose? I guess we've all heard the saying, you can get 4 seasons in one day. Well, I don't think that applies anywhere better than here in Newfoundland. The weather turned perfect. It wasn't sunny, but it was a cloudy day, and the fog began to lift, and things started to look a lot better than when we first left the truck.
Group of caribou right over there, about 15 or more, a couple nice stags, and we're going to try to sneak over there and get a better look at them and see if there's a shooter in the group.
It was a long walk to get to those caribou, but we didn't see any more up to this point, and I knew that there was a river down in the valley before we got to the caribou. And after all the rain we've had, I wasn't sure if we was going to get a crossing or not. We got a bit lucky. I got across. Now Steph is going to cross. And once we got across here, we knew we was pretty close to the caribou. We wasn't sure if the stag we seen from the top of the hill was a shooter. As we looked over this rock and took our binoculars and looked at the caribou, we knew he was a shooter. From where he was lying down here, we knew that it was impossible to get within bow range of him. So he was lying down, so we thought we'd make a quick loop around the area to see if we see any more and come back after some later.
We got caribou all around us now. course, the biggest one is in the most difficult place. Steph is looking at this way. Two nice stags there, but not what we're looking for. Ours are just to the left of these. You can't see him right now. He's lying down. After a quick look, we determined that the first stag we've seen was the biggest one in the area. So we went back and tried to come up with a plan to get a shot at the big stag. Just as we got back to where the caribou was, they got up and began to come almost straight toward us and gonna cross to the brook right where we crossed. Now I knew it was a race against time, because once caribou begin to move, there's nothing that stops them. They just keeps on going and going. So we had to get back and try to get in shot before they crossed that brook, because once they do, our chances of getting a shot was pretty slim. Take your time. Take your time. Get ready, get ready, get ready. It was Steph's first caribou, and like us all, the adrenaline rush got the best of him, and he quickly found out this wasn't the target he was shooting at. The big stag didn't go real far. He just went up there maybe 200 yards and bedded down. So we took our time and got it within maybe 25 yards of him. And this time, I think Steph said a little prayer, calmed his nerves, and closed it on him to get another shot. What?
Oh! Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Everyone.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 points.
And did you get the top of the big cutter, the very top?
Yep.
Okay.
Wow. What a beauty. Thank you, God. Ah.
Beautiful.
His shovel is split.
Yeah.
He's a fighter.
Oh yeah, he's a fighter, right? So now we got to go back and get the bike and try to get in here without lugging this thing too far.
Now, do you think this is the first one we saw?
That's the biggest one we've seen yet. Well, there we've seen 4 other stags. There's 4 more.
At least 4.
Yeah, then a lot of does.
Yeah, we saw 35
Yeah.
or 40 caribou.
Yeah, it was pretty bleak this morning. A lot of snow and
Crap
rain.
weather. I was kind of hoping to kill something so we wouldn't have to come back out in it tomorrow.
Me too. Okay, well I better go get the bike, eh?
Yes. Got the bull loaded. Or stag, I should say. Dion is gonna get us, try to get us out of here and go up this hill. Let's give it a shot, see what happens.
See you at the truck.
Yeah. Back at the truck. Finally. The weather is just as miserable as it was when we left this morning. We made it.
Oh, what a day this was. Not fit for anything. Should have been home all day instead of in the woods. Cutting a woods road, some firewood for the winter. And all the while I'm doing that, thinking about this past fall, some of the hunts I was on. And one that really sticks in my mind, it was me and a good friend of mine, Perry Savory, was off looking for a bear with a bow and arrow. Actually, my first bear I ever tried to get with a bow and arrow. And we went in and walked to the top of this high ridge. We knew over the other side there was a big wide open burn. And when we topped the hill, looked over, here was 2 bears at the middle of a bog. Now they was fighting or they were playing. I don't know what they were for sure what they're doing, but you know, we didn't it was so far away we couldn't say for sure, but it was really aggressive. So we figured that well, if they kept fighting like that, we'd be able to sneak in on top of them. So I wanted to stalk a bear instead of a tree stand. So we took our time and we got within 22 yards. So just watch what happens there. It didn't take long. Just as we topped that hill in front of us, here was the 2 bears down on the bog fighting. Now, like I said on the beginning of the video, this wasn't the first bear I ever killed. And thinking back, if this was going to be as exciting as my first 2 hunts, this is something I can do over and over and over again. Just take a look at this.
The bear just went down in the valley. The other side of the hill there. Wait for it to come up the other side now. Okay. Okay, a rip.
What? Did he move?
He just collapsed.
I must say, that was a nice shot.
Right down off the big rock.
Huh?
He slid right down off the big rock. Anyway, gotta go over and look.
Oh. Show me my trophy. You know what that means?
Take it easy.
No, first. Boy, I don't know if I can lift myself or not.
What a beast. What a beast.
I was just joking. He wasn't no monster. But believe it or not, I was in the very same place a few years before this, and I killed the biggest bear I ever seen in my life. And according to the Rod and Gun Club in Deer Lake, there's a possible chance it's one of the biggest bears that was ever recorded in Newfoundland. So before we go back to my bow hunt, you gotta see this. I was by myself, so I set the camera on a rock beside me and was hoping to catch it all on film. He was slowly making his way toward me, and I knew that pretty soon I would get a shot. He was in the wide open, and he was head on the edge of a cliff, and soon he was going to run out of places to go. Being there by myself and trying to film this kill, knowing how big this really was, you can say I was pretty excited. I was using a 300 Magnum made by Smith & Wesson with this bear 275 yards away. I felt pretty confident that I could take him, so I just waited for the right time so that the camera was pointing straight at the bear, and took my time and took a shot. I'm beginning to sound like one of the American hunters I had. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but that was one amazing shot. This handbar makes the bear look kind of small, but you gotta remember, this is not any ordinary handbar. It was made extra large, but it wasn't no good anyway. We couldn't walk with it and try to bring the bear out because it was too awkward, so we had to drag the bear out, which took quite a while, seeing it was nice ways away from the lake that we was going to bring it to. Go! I had Danny, my brother, and two good friends of mine, Brian Welshman and Loomis Budgell, and my dad to help bring the bear out of the woods.
Dion's working hard now, right?
Look, when I said you get up there,
Dion's working hard now, Loomis.
Someone had to use the camera.
boy, look at that something, man. Boy, not the size of it either.
Give me some call there, man, on towards the bottom one. The bottom one. Right.
Boy, that wicked. It's just ain't.
I'll never forget it. Driving home that day, I felt pretty proud.
You can hardly do it. Just good lifting.
Back in the back right now, Loomis. Thank you.
Whoa! They're holding that side over there, yeah.
This bear stood 7 foot 10 inches That's the bear, not the pelt. From nose to back paws, he was 7 foot 10 inches, and he was 436 pounds with his insides removed.
Yeah.
It's gonna be tough for me to beat this one, and I know the memories of this hunt is gonna last for a long, long time. So now it's time to get back to the future and see how my bow hunt turns out. All the going around I've done in the woods, not very often do you see a bear acting careless. You know, they're always watching and being cautious and keeping an eye out on what's going on around them. These two bears were totally carefree, which made it good for me, but bad for them. I was a little bit concerned and nervous, I guess, not knowing if these bears was really fighting or if they were just playing. Because all we had was a bow and arrow, no gun. So I didn't know for sure how they would react getting so close to them if they were fighting. But I still had to take the chance and try to get a shot at one of those bears. When we got maybe 40, 50 yards away from them, there's a bunch of trees that I could stop and take a break. Relax, I guess, and decide if I should take the chance and close the distance so I can get a shot at him. Even though he was just using a video camera, Perry was almost as excited as I was, knowing that this was going to be his first time ever trying to film someone stalking a bear and getting it all on film. Even though I was using a pretty good bow in my mind, a Fred Bear SQ32, right at this moment, my nerves were getting the best of me, not knowing what was going to happen if this didn't turn out as planned. When I released this arrow, the string hooked my coat, sending the arrow off course, but ironically, it placed a perfect shot. The broadhead hit just beyond its ear, penetrating the skull, and took him out instantly. I could have shot the other one too if I wanted to. I had a license for him, but I didn't see the point, and I just got ready and sneaked up closer to the one that I had shot to make sure that he was dead. When we first went after this bear, the wind was blowing a gale, so I had the volume on the camera turned down so there wouldn't be so much wind coming in through the mic and making the audio distorted. But I forgot to turn it back up. That's why you can't hear me now. Normally, I'm the one using the camera and doing the filming. And it's always fun to watch that. Sometimes even the best let the nerves get the best of them. And now that the shoe is on the other foot, I know exactly how he feels. First bear of my life, bow and arrow. I've killed those bears with guns. It's the first one I ever killed with a bow. A good friend of mine from New York sent me that bow, red bear, and I shot a moose now, and this is my first bear. So the next one I guess could be bigger. Can't go no more fun. This was wicked. Sneaked him on two. I could have killed two of them, but figured I'd let one grow. This one's not a monster by no means, but I don't care. I got the bear. Beautiful.